calling this panel Building a Successful Tech Company, Culture, Strategy, and Talent. But what it's really about, right, is raising money and making money, because that's what we're here to do. And that's what we want to talk about. How important is it to think of fundraising in terms of building a lean company and a durable company? How important is that leanness?
You know, when we think about raising money, we think about, you know, not how much can we raise, but how much do we need to raise to get to that next milestone.
I think the thing to remember, and maybe it's apropos of what's going on right now in the industry, is that you have to really know what the moment is in terms of the raising. And so knowing where you are in your process and how much money it's going to take to get to the next milestone, of course, is really the critical question. But you also have to a little bit be able to read the mood of the investors.
If you can raise money and your business can warrant it, go and get it. You know, I think there is a balance between creating, obviously, the milestones that we are all, as either venture capitalists or entrepreneurs, working to create our businesses too, and actually taking advantage of different environments and cycles and going to sort of get that war chest that you can actually draw down, which in today's environment is so critical.
What I really think is important is to not get caught up in the hype that surrounds the up or the down. It's important to remember that the behavior that you have when things are in the go-go moments is not something that you want to model based on what people around you are telling you to do. You have to know what your business is ready for. If you're not ready to sell yet, you have to know how long that cash is going to last till you are.
Today, I think that people look at how companies are spending their cash and they compare it to how they spend their own personal money. And most people realize that you can't just, you know, be living high on the hog every day. Like, as a business, as a human being, you have to be conservative. Scaling was the furthest thing from my mind back then. We were thinking, can we actually build something that does something for someone? And so for us, the first 5 years were just all about product. It's just all about product.
For a CEO, for a founder, it's being able to have a scalable plan. It's when you talk about culture. A culture is a living, breathing evolution of a business. You've got to be really bold, you've got to be really courageous, and that's how you keep companies afloat.
You know, keep the main thing the main thing. So I try to really think of the one thing I have to get done in a day. And I know that the rest of the time the vacuum will be filled by people coming in, interrupting you, by new things that are popping up, by issues. It's like whack-a-mole. It is just, you plug a hole over here, something pops out over here, and you have to go fix that.
I feel like the most important thing I can do is create an environment that's a learning environment. And so I put a lot of emphasis on helping the employees get access to resources in the company, outside of the company, and amongst each other. We go on field trips. We bring people in to try to help them understand that it's not enough to just bring to the company a set of functional skills, but that you have to actually treat your job as an opportunity to learn other areas and things that could be relevant to your growth.
I would say this, for an entrepreneur, and also for me personally, I look at this and say wisdom. If you can learn through people who really understand your business, and you can take a nugget of wisdom from them, and they can really understand, and they've been in your shoes. And so for me as a venture capitalist, I want to make sure that every single one of our founders has access to someone who is an experienced CEO, who's not going to be on their board, but who's going to be a great advisor.
I think about advice kind of from both ends, because I think you don't want to just get advice, you also want to give advice. And so you want to be constantly playing in the middle of a spectrum where you have CEOs that are bestowing their wisdom on you because they've been in your shoes before, or other entrepreneurs that you have been truthful with about your business so that they can give you honest advice in a short amount of time. Because time is their most precious commodity. And at the same time, can you turn around and go give advice to other people on a regular basis so you can, the karma bus drives in circles. Can you give back and then inspire those people to give back to the ones coming up behind them?
It really does truly take a village. Don't think that one person or one set of people will be the answer, because in fact you're going to be pulling information from many different kinds of people, and that will evolve as you yourself grow and have different types of challenges. So actively seek it out in a bunch of different ways where you're getting specific types of help and advice and giving back across a broader range of people. Think of that as part of your job. It truly is. It's something you need to do in a daily way.
And you'll get contradictory advice in the same day.
Yes.
And then you just have to make a call.
Then that's your problem.
Yeah.
Okay.